Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, I'm going to be doing one of my 15-minute shorter hypnosis sessions. I've got my little glass sand timer here for those people watching on YouTube. And effectively, the topic of today's one is going to be created for someone that is a regular listener to the show that recently has been fairly ill. Not seriously ill, not critically ill, but a consistent cold, cough, kind of flu-y type of symptoms. And one of the key things that is the case with this particular individual, they eat a lot of sugar. And in particular, their favorite type of sugar that they eat is the Haribo sweets, so the kind of the Tangfastics, I think the Starbursty kind of things, all the different kind of colorful, fruity gelatin, kind of flavors. Now, one of the key things is it's not an issue at all to eat sweets in small amounts, but the reality is, if you eat a lot of sugar on a consistent basis, it tends to have an adverse reaction in terms of your immune system and your ability for your body to be healthy. It tends to have an inflammation response. So if your immune system is suppressed by having, let's say, sugary foods, not just Haribo, it could be any sweets at all, or just kind of processed foods in general, it's not as good for your body as if you eat the kind of foods that are, let's say, rich in genuine vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, phytonutrients, the kind of things that you tend to find in fruit, vegetables, salads, those kind of things. So I thought for this particular hypnosis session, what I would do is create a hypnosis session talking about nature's Haribo. And if you think about where natural sugars exist in nature, it tends to be in fruit. And the interesting thing is a lot of these kind of sweets that you would find in the sweet shop tend to advertise, they have flavors, interestingly enough, of fruit, except they're not real fruit. They are the E numbers and the flavorings to represent the colors and the tastes, a chemical representation of those fruits, not the real fruits. Where sweets exist in nature generally are berries, let's say citrus fruits and bananas and things like that. This is where you get natural sugars, but equally you also get the fiber and the micronutrients. So this hypnosis session is going to be entirely based around nature's Haribo or nature's sweet shop. I'm also going to add a random component here. So I've got the Mike Mandel language card. So I'm going to randomly pick one here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it's random. And this is the 9 of diamonds. It's how quickly ... So I'm going to read out the card, and then for those listening, listen to how I use this particular phrase in the upcoming hypnosis session. Use this pattern to speed things up in a session if you're running low on time. It tends to automatically kick things into a faster speed. How quickly will you find those unconscious resources, and how quickly will you install them to make you feel so much better? So that last bit's the example. And what's interestingly, this is a 15-minute hypnosis session. So it's actually quite useful to have the how quickly language card there. So I'm going to keep this in front of me. I'm going to use this as part of the induction and the hypnosis. I've got my glass sand timer here, which I've just set, and find a quiet place to relax, and we'll get going with the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, I want you to get an increasing sense that you are leaving feelings of tension and stress, allowing it to leave your body in your outward breath. Breathe in, and if it's safe to do so, on that outward breath, just allow your eyelids to close. That's right. And notice that when they are closed, you're able to give more of your attention to my words. And more importantly than the words is the intention behind the words. Like anything in life, there is a cause and effect relationship. When you do certain things, you get certain results. When you eat certain foods, that also has a biological consequence. Principles of physics. Body weight, for example, is calories in minus calories out. But nutritionists understand that there is a big difference between eating 1,000 calories of sweets, candy, compared to 1,000 calories of fruits and vegetables. Technically, you might be consuming the same amount of energy. But in the first case, your body is overloaded with huge amounts of energy that is immediately released, forcing your body to produce large quantities of insulin to stop the excess glucose from causing harm to your body. But 1,000 calories of fruits and vegetables will be slowly released over a longer period of time, offset by the fiber also contained in those foods, meaning not only does the energy take longer to go into your bloodstream, requiring less insulin, but it also means those fruits and vegetables with all those micronutrients and phytonutrients mean that you're healthier. It's been said that in Western societies, people are overfed and undernourished. And what they mean is that the population having too many calories and not enough nutrients, and perhaps the level of illness and sickness caused from lifestyle choices are in some way caused from the high calories and low nutrition. And I wonder what would happen once people reversed that and started having less calories and more nutrition. I wonder how quickly bodies that are currently sick would become healthy. I wonder how quickly those people with inflammation, irritability, poor sleep suddenly sleep better, feel better in their own skin. I wonder how often those people that have ongoing colds and coughs suddenly find that when they eat more of nature's sweets, that actually suddenly the body can take those vitamins, those nutrients, and put them to work to allow the body to do what it wants to do, and that is to heal and be efficient. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a lovely spa hotel. Imagine a very comfortable bed. And imagine you're lying on that comfortable bed in a warm room, head sinking into the pillow, feeling warm and cozy. And I'm going to count down from 5 to 1, and I want you to imagine falling asleep on that bed. 5, eyelids getting heavier and heavier. 4, feeling more relaxed around your neck and your shoulders. 3, limbs, arms and legs getting heavier, limper and looser. That's it. 2, as you breathe in, internally you're feeling more relaxed. And then 1, imagine what it would be like to fall asleep there in that spa hotel, on that soft, comfortable bed, and drift off into a relaxing sleep now. And people can dream about different things. But I wonder what it would be like to dream about 2 different shops. I want you to imagine the first shop is a sweet shop filled with your favorite sweets, chocolate bars, sugary sweets, chewy sweets. I want you to imagine walking in through the door, through the mind of a child, and when you see those colourful packets, or perhaps those pick and mix displays, I want you to scan your body for what emotion you feel. Maybe you're feeling the increased saliva in your mouth. Maybe there's a desire, a craving. But I want you to get a sense from this point forwards that there are 2 different types of sweets. There are sweets made in factories, and there are sweets made in nature. One is made with crunched animal bones, melted down to create this gelatinous goo, added with chemicals, huge amounts of refined sugar. And I want you to get a sense that this shop is the chemical factory sweets. Highly addictive. And I want you to imagine what would happen if you were forced to spend 10 years in this sweet shop, eating only these chemical and factory-based sweets filled with sugar, E-numbers, additives, flavorings, chemicals that have the illusion of being like fruits and real flavors, but not real. Imagine your prison sentence was to be locked in this sweet shop where you're only allowed these sweets and nothing else. Imagine that as time goes on, how quickly you realize that your skin is getting itchy. Your teeth are rotting. How quickly you realize that eating all this sugar probably is poisonous to your internal organs. If you can only eat these artificial sweets, these processed sweets, they may look good, the allure, but they're toxic and poisonous to your body. And as time goes on, as the days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, notice that your body is being poisoned. Your teeth are falling out. Maybe you can feel them getting loose, the blood coming out. Get a sense that you're getting bigger and bigger because all those excess calories, but no nutrition, mean you get sick more often. You're becoming sicker, poisoned, getting a sense of feeling really unhealthy. Now, of course, you wouldn't in real life eat nothing but sweets, but imagine, for the sake of imagination, just in your dream, that you have to, for 10 years, to eat only sugary sweets and nothing else. I want you to imagine what kind of person you would be as you leave that sweet shop. And as you entertain that idea, that you went in relatively healthy and left with damaged teeth, damaged skin, overweight, no vibrancy or colour in your eyes, feeling depleted, low on energy, overweight, stressed, sleeping very badly. I then want you to get a sense as to what it would have been like at the same age 10 years ago to enter nature's sweet shop. And in this sweet shop, nature's sweet shop, I want you to see it filled with fresh fruits, perhaps even some vegetables, because there are natural sugars in foods like carrots, tomatoes. But mainly it's fruits. I want you to see the vibrant colours of those berries. Strawberries, raspberries, mango, peaches, grapes, bananas. See the vibrant colours. And I wonder what would happen if you had 10 years and you could eat nothing but nature's sweets, mainly fruits and the occasional vegetables. Every day you would get healthier and healthier. You would have clean skin. Your immune system would be getting so much of that phytonutrients, micronutrients, fiber to make your digestive system work perfectly. I want you to get a sense, as the days turn into weeks, how quickly you realize that your body likes natural food from nature, powered by sunshine and rainwater. And in this place, your teeth are getting healthier and healthier. Your skin is glowing. Your body finds a natural weight suitable for your frame. And if you were to leave this place after 10 years of eating nothing but fruits, the occasional vegetables, you would leave incredibly healthy. And I want you to imagine leaving nature's sweet shop with all those fantastic fruits, the brightness of the colours representing the different vitamins and nutrients within them. As you leave, I want you to imagine running into the version of you that would be leaving the factory sweet shop at exactly the same time. One of you is sick, overweight, dull hair, teeth perhaps missing or falling out. And yet another version of you is super healthy, vibrant, full of life. And I wonder how quickly the penny drops. That if you do crave sugary things, perhaps nature's sweet shop is a better choice. And I want you to imagine, from this point forward, ensuring that you have the ability, whenever you feel that need for something sweet, that there are delicious, high quality, colourful, flavoursome fruits. And I want you to think of your 3 favourite fruits right now. Maybe a berry, pineapple, something delicious. And in doing so, I want you to get a sense that you are not depriving yourself of flavours, tastes, sweetness. You're just giving yourself those things in a natural way rather than a processed way. And in doing so, you are giving yourself vitality, health, confidence, and more importantly, well-being. As you think about your 3 favourite fruits, I wonder how quickly you will start eating them more often and deciding that those factory sweets made in laboratories and factories filled with animal bones and sugar and flavours and chemicals. What if that was in your past and your future is eating more of nature's sweets? I want you to get a sense that perhaps your life will be healthier and happier, and how quickly you want that will be proportionate to how quickly you start eating more of nature's candy. And then you realize that this sweet shop is just in your imagination, and actually you're lying on a bed in a lovely spa hotel. As you get up out of that bed, I want you to imagine perhaps walking towards an amazing pool, taking a dip, enjoying the water, feeling that from this point forwards, you will choose nature sweets over chemical sweets. And then you realize that even the pool is just in your imagination. Ideas within ideas, thoughts within thoughts, dreams within dreams. And actually, You're listening to my voice right now in the present, and very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You are listening to my voice in the present now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body right now. As very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, with a desire to make healthy choices that will lead you to a healthier future. Craving nature sweets over chemical sweets in your future. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.
So just stopping the podcast recording there, just going to add a little bit on there for the YouTube. So I found that quite interesting. For me, it's evident that in moderation, in small amounts, certainly not an issue. I think the key when you're talking about any kind of toxic or toxicity or poisons is proportionate to the dose. So if you have a small amount of sugar, is it unhealthy? Is it poisonous? Of course it isn't. But if you have large amounts of processed foods, sugary foods, at that point, of course, it can become damaging to a body. So the purpose of this episode is not to say that all sugar is bad, but simply that if you made it a binary choice of whether you had to have processed sugar or nature's sugar, over a long period of time, what's going to be healthier for you? And I don't think there's a scientist on the planet that would argue the point that if you have processed sugar, which is 100% of the calories come from sugar and maybe a tiny bit of protein, compared to all the natural nutrients that you find in fruit, no one's going to argue that the processed sugar is better than the natural fructose and sugars you find in fruits. So it was about providing a framework to facilitate choice. Because for a lot of people, and I've worked with hundreds of weight loss clients, they have this idea that, well, of course I had to have something sweet because I've got cravings. In a lot of cases, women, when they're on their period, they tend to crave sweet and sugary things. And in their mind, they're not thinking about fruits in that context. They're only thinking about processed sugars or chocolate and things like that. So the purpose of this episode is to create a new option, a new choice, and that to reward that, thinking about what's the long-term consequences of having more nutrients and less calories, will probably a better payoff than if you had less nutrients and more calories. Generally, all things being equal, there is a healthier option there. So I hope this is I hope you found it useful. I hope you notice using the language pattern of how quickly in that. If you like this, if you found it useful in some way, please leave a comment, or if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell notification. If you have any thoughts, questions, feedback, please put them in the comments. I do read them, and looking forward to seeing you on a future episode. Take care.